If there's one thing I know well, it's that starting a conversation on an online dating app can be nerve-wracking, exhausting, and full of pressure. Since many men are expected to do the initiating, it can quickly become a frustrating experience when you don't get many responses and you just simply run out of ideas. So if you're a guy looking to spark some engaging conversations online and you suffer from what's called blinking cursor syndrome, where you just can't think about what to say, then you're going to want to stay tuned, because in today's video, I'm going to break down 5 different categories so you can start some engaging, playful, and fun online conversations that are guaranteed to get many more responses. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly Hale, and I'm a men's life, dating, and relationship coach. And we're going to unleash the ultimate guide on how you can initiate exciting conversations that are going to grab attention and lead to fun and meaningful connections. Now, before we dive in, the first thing I want to mention here is the quickest way to having a conversation go nowhere or turn sour online is to approach it with too much seriousness. While you might be looking for a serious long-term relationship, that doesn't mean you need to bring in this intensity or seriousness to your very first message. And as I go through this video, you're going to notice that most of these approaches start off with a bit of lightheartedness and playfulness, because the best way to get a good conversation going is to start off with having a little bit of fun. Now, let's kick it off with the tried and true method, which is just starting with a genuine approach. Remember that authenticity when you're engaging online is important. So when you see a woman's profile, make sure you're being really observant to see something in her profile that genuinely catches your interest outside of her attractiveness. Whether this is a shared hobby, a favorite book, a travel destination, a hike that she went on, or a question and answer prompt that really resonated with you, this is what's going to give you fuel for your opening approach. For example, if you notice a profile that has some great hiking pictures in it, and the girl looks like she's into her outdoor adventures, you might send a message that says, "Hey Sarah, I love your profile and noticed you're a fellow adventure junkie. Have you ever hiked the West Coast Trail?" Or let's say you notice that she's got a book in her hand and one of her poolside photographs. You might send a message that says, "Hey Emma, your pictures are gorgeous. I couldn't help but notice the book in your hand, but didn't quite catch the title. What are you reading?" Each of these opening messages follows somewhat of a formula, which is introduction, comment or compliment, and an open-ended question. So let's use the formula and try again. Let's say in a woman's profile, she has a picture of her and some of her friends drinking wine at a winery. You can use the formula by saying, "Hey Jessica, I really love the picture of you with your friends at the winery. What kind of wines are you into?" This genuine approach is intended to be simple, polite, and invite her to have conversation around something she's already indicated interest in. With this approach, you don't need to overthink it. Just make a comment or a compliment on something you've noticed in her profile and ask an open-ended question about it. Again, use the formula: introduction, comment or compliment, and open-ended question. Okay, moving on to the second approach, which I call the would you rather approach. The intention here is that we're going to start conversations online with a playful question choice. Firstly, you have to read her profile, because this means that you're acknowledging that you care what she has to say, and it's going to give you ideas for this approach type. So let's say you see a woman's profile and she's got lots of different photos of her hanging out at the beach, but also a bunch of photos of her hiking in the mountains. The would you rather approach is focused on making her pick between 2 unique and playful options, such as, okay, serious question. If you had to give up one travel destination for life, would you rather give up the beaches or the mountains? Once she reads your message, she'll want to dive in and tell you her answer. So let's look at another example here. Maybe you've come across another profile that has a little less information in it, but she indicates she's interested in cycling and maybe she's interested in dancing. Your approach might sound something like, "Hey Trisha, I love that you're into cycling. I am too. If you had to choose, would you rather give up cycling or give up dancing?" Now, with the would you rather prompt, you don't always have to ask if they'd rather give up something for something else. We can ask questions like, would you rather have more time or more money? Would you rather go on a road trip or fly to another country? Would you rather do something that you love and make a little bit of money, or do something you hate and make millions? Would you rather all you can eat tacos or all you can eat sushi? Think about how you can have fun with this approach and ask her to pick between two lighthearted and playful options. Now, approach number 3 is all about complimenting a woman, but not getting overly sexual or objectifying her. The last thing that a quality woman wants, especially online, is to be overly sexualized or to be objectified online. But that does not mean that you should shy away from complimenting her or making her feel desirable. Many guys make the mistake of not dishing out compliments because they think, well, attractive women are getting them daily, or she's just going to be offended by my compliment. But the truth is, women really like receiving compliments. In particular, they enjoy compliments on their personality, their humor, their intelligence, as well as their attractiveness. So with this in mind, sometimes the best approach online is to simply compliment the person and ask an open-ended question to encourage conversation. The truth is, for a woman to be able to open up to you in the courting process, she has to know that you desire her. So don't be shy in letting her know, just don't make it the only topic of conversation. Compliments can sound like, hey Sarah, you're not like any woman I've come across here online, and I'm really excited we've matched. Or, I really loved reading your bio and you have me really intrigued to get to know you better. Or, you have such a gorgeous smile in your photos, what's making you so happy every day? Or simply by saying, hey Sarah, you're absolutely stunning, how's your day going? Don't be afraid to start a conversation off with a genuine compliment. Many men overthink this and they get uncomfortable sharing compliments, but the more you do this, the easier it will become. Now, the 4th approach is what I call a genuine ask for information. Online dating profiles are full of inauthentic people, so just be the one that stands out. Take the opportunity when you have matched with her to ask more about her life. For example, if you see a profile that has a woman who clearly enjoys traveling, then ask her what makes her love traveling so much, and where is the most favorite destination she's traveled to. Or let's say you notice that she mentioned she loves the beach and traveling to Mexico. Then ask her what she loves about the beaches or where in Mexico she enjoys traveling to. Don't overthink it, just ask for more detail on something she's already indicated in her profile. Maybe she mentions that she likes volunteering. So simply ask her what makes her love volunteering so much. Focus on asking expansive questions that allow her to open up and share parts of her life with you. When you approach the conversation this way, it's relaxed, it's authentic, and it gives her a chance to talk about something in her life. And if you're not really good at asking open-ended questions, then just practice what those questions could be and practice with people in your life. So when you come across a woman's profile, you kind of have something to draw from here. Because the truth is, a good conversation is a byproduct of good questions. And lastly, don't be afraid to try my last approach, which is called straight out of left field. Remember that starting a conversation online and sending a message is not the beginning of the end of the world. Have fun and play around with it. Otherwise, you'll risk taking it too seriously and having no fun online at all. So what is straight out of left field? Well, this means that you're opening up a conversation around something that might not even be in their profile. It's simply a question that's straight out of left field, such as, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you pick and why? Or how about, what's your favorite book? Or what's your take on Love is Blind? The truth is, people love getting the opportunity to talk about themselves and their interests. So if you want to start an interesting conversation, ask an interesting question. Remember that starting a conversation online is just that. It's a start. The opening line doesn't dictate the entire conversation, and you don't need to worry so much about what you say. A woman will either respond if she's interested in your profile, or she won't respond at all. What you say is only giving you an opportunity for conversation to begin. So don't spend hours crafting the perfect message. Just pick from one of the categories I've shared and give it a try. Rejection is temporary, but regret will last a lifetime. So work up that courage to send a message today. I hope this video has been helpful to you to get you thinking about some of the categories and ways you can send an initial message online. And if you found this video insightful and helpful for you, drop a comment below and don't forget to hit the like button.